I don't know what sort of weather is good or bad for parachuting. They probably don't like the enormously high winds, seeing as they tend to float down from Picton and they've got the M5 right next door. The national championships are underway at Picton as we speak, and qualifying is underway today. Lisa Perdichizzi is Director of Competitions for the Australian Parachute Federation, and she's on the line now. G'day, Lisa.
Hi there.
Lisa, what is good and bad weather for parachuting?
Well, you need to have winds of less than 14 knots, or about 7 metres per second.
Right, so how are we looking today?
Well, the winds are pretty low, but we've got cloud, which is it's at the right height right now, but if it gets any lower, we'll have problems. So cloud's got to be around 4,000 feet or higher.
So you can't jump through the cloud. You've got to take off underneath it. Is that why?
That's right, yes. We'd like to see the ground so you know where you are and get a good sight of where you're going to land, because it's all about precision, accuracy.
Yeah, okay. So what sort of events have you got on today?
Well, today they're qualifying, so they're doing a bit of everything. So we have speed, that's the fastest you can go. So there's a start gate and an entry gate, and you have electronic sensors that time you. They're doing times between 2 and 4 seconds over a 70-metre course. That's over 100 kilometres an hour.
So the speed one is interesting. So that's you've jumped out of the plane, and then you're landing, and you've got your parachute out, and you go between these two gates. Is that right?
That's correct. The gates are 1.5 metres high. So they fly around their parachute. They aim for the entry gate. They must get under the 1.5 metre mark and then fly as fast as they can in a curved course out to the exit gate. And that takes between 2 and 4 seconds. So
wow.
Yeah, it's pretty fast, over 100 kilometres per hour.
And is there one where you sort of skim the water? Is that
there is?
Is
yes.
that part of the events?
It is. So there's another one called zone accuracy, and they have what they call water gates. So they must pass through each of the markers while dragging their foot or any part of their body through the water, and they pick up points as they go through, and then there's a land section, and they land in different zones, and they also score points. So they're looking for the highest number of points, and again, that's very precision, accuracy.
It's just this kind of madness, you know. Just when you're relieved to get on the ground, you're doing these events.
Oh no, it's a sport. They love it. It's very spectacular to watch.
Wow. Are there sort of formation championships in this one? I know you do a lot of that at Picton too, don't you?
We do, but no, those national championships are later on. They're at Easter weekend in April.
Right. Okay. So
yeah.
these are all the crazy things just before you land.
This is all the parachuting side of things, yes.
Right. So who are the people to watch?
The people to watch. Oh, we've got a few international guests, and we've got former Australian champions and Australian team representatives here. I've actually got Michael Vaughan with me if you'd like to talk with him. He's represented Australia about 8 times, won lots of medals.
All right. If you can give me 2 minutes, because that's all I've got.
Absolutely. Here he is.
Hello.
Michael, g'day.
G'day, how you doing?
Good. How are things looking at Picton?
Fantastic at the moment. We've been fighting the weather for the last week, and today, where the cloud's just high enough for us, we're just going up and popping out underneath the cloud, and we've got clear skies.
Yeah, and
it's all happening.
How do you prepare for a championship like this?
Well, the first thing I did was we brought a coach over from the States, a former world champion. His name is Shannon Pilcher.
Yeah.
We brought him over to do some coaching, and I got myself, I've been competing for many, many years, but no matter how good we are, we can always do with some feedback from someone else. And so I got myself a couple of days coaching, and then I've been trying to put in place all the tips that the coach gave me, and just and work on refining my technique for the last week. Trying to get in as much training as I can.
It must be a hell of a lot of. There's a lot of time between getting someone to coach you, and then you got to get in, wait for the plane, get in the plane, go up the plane, do it again. It must be half an hour or an hour, but in between getting the advice and being able to put it into practice.
Yes, it does take a little bit of time, and you just wait your turn to get on the plane, and then go up and, like you said, put it in practice, and then we have the coach on the ground, and he films us, and so that we can go back and then watch the video, and then he can debrief us and give us some feedback on how we did and what we need to work on to improve further.
All right, look, well, all the best for it today, Michael, and thanks for having a chat to me.
Thank you very much.
I'll see you later, Michael Vaughan, who's one of the champions competing in the national championships this week at Picton.